Coach Hunt, thank you for taking time with us at Off the Block blog, especially staying late after me doing the other interviews. Can you give us your initial impression on this reverse sweep of the first match of the year?
Yeah, first off, Happy New Year. It seems like it's been a while since we've had a match. Yeah, it was a good first match. McKendree, we knew they were good going in, and they were young last year. They went to the MIVA semifinal, and they proved, why. Yeah, they're good. Went out there, played good volleyball. I think we had some first match jitters, and luckily this year we have some depth that we haven't had in years past. So you got to see a little bit of that depth tonight, and the guys played well. So we're proud of our guys. We're proud of the grit that we had to display. We talked to them about playing hard and competing, and they did that tonight.
Oh, the two things that stood out to me were the substitutions that you guys made, and that speaks to the depth that you had. So let's talk about one of the main bit difference in terms of substitutions tonight, putting Dave Weisorick in. Can you comment on his performance, getting I think 19 kills off the bench?
Yeah, I mean, anybody that watched our team last year, it's no surprise he can hit the ball and he can do a lot of good things. And he's working really hard in our gym. We were just talking the other day. He's working really hard in our gym to make himself a better player. And the fact that the level of play in our gym is higher helps him. And yeah, it's no surprise when he goes out there and he delivers. The guys know that he's a good volleyball player for us. It's nice to have that luxury of being able to put in two guys that played significant minutes for us last year, and they can come in and steady things out and turn it around for us.
The other substitution was at libero. You started Yoshimoto, and then you took him out, I think, in the second set.
Yeah.
Why did you take him out?
Yeah, Weston was our starting libero all last year, and him and Owen are competing at a high level right now as well in practice. So Weston just provided a little bit of court presence, a little bit of more playing. He's had a little more playing time at this level. So Owen's a transfer, comes in from the junior college level, and he's a really good volleyball player. But just with the need for us to play non-conference matches right now, especially early, which is where our season has that time or that space for us to do it. We have 6 practices and then we got to go into it. So normally where we would work out those kinks, or we would play some Canadian teams and maybe have 4, 5, 6 matches to work some of those things out. We had to figure it out real quick tonight. So again, we're proud of our guys and the way they problem solved and got it going. It was a team effort by all those guys, and it's cool to look back on the bench as we're battling and seeing those guys pulling for each other. So that was neat.
Let's talk a little bit more about your non-conference matches. Coming up, you are going to go to Illinois, and I'm sure Owen's going to have fun playing against his brother. Do you know if they have a friendly bet on the match?
Yeah, his brother was we scrimmaged somebody the other day, and his brother was actually at that match. I guess he didn't travel or he didn't go to their first match against Alberta, but he was talking a little bit of trash, I guess. So, yeah, we'll see.
The obviously McKendree came out strong with taking the first 2 sets. What were they presenting? That was a struggle for you guys to adjust to, or was that more of a indictment of your team coming out less than crisp?
I think you got to give them a lot of credit. We couldn't slow them down in games 1 and 2, and I think as the match went on, we still had problems slowing them down, but we sort of caught up offensively. So maybe it's a little bit of both, but you can't discredit them. They were doing a lot of really good things. So I think to say that it was jitters on our part is a disservice to them. They were playing well, and I think they hit 500 or something in game 2. We couldn't slow them down, and their opposite and one of their middles, they were doing a nice job.
Yeah, can you talk more about Malik and Patterson and the performance they had tonight?
Yeah, they caused us some problems, spread us out a little bit. We had problems slowing them down until game 3, I think Weston, got a few big digs, and we were able to turn some points in transition. So that was nice, and we were able to get some hands in front of their middle. And then part of it was we were able just to get them off the net, so then we didn't have to worry about their middle so much. That seemed to be our most effective strategy.
Also, coming off the bench as a sub, especially in game 3, and I believe also in game 4, Max as a serving sub seemed to provide the closing boost that you needed.
Yeah, it's sort of like baseball, where I think the Cubs had Chapman, right? And they would go to him, and when they needed somebody to come in and sort of blow the other team away, and we can do that with Max. And he it's just as good a serve as anybody in our conference. And unfortunately, he doesn't get to do it as much, as somebody that maybe is in a starting rotation. But he comes in. It's pretty impressive to come in cold and hit the serves that he does. And it's great for us in practice. It's great for us when we get to go in matches, and it's on our side. And he fires the guys up, that's for sure.
You obviously going back to the substitutions. You obviously brought in Dave and Lexington, but did you guys have a conversation about taking Stewart out for Soren?
You know what? We have 2 setters that are really high level setters, and they split time a little bit last year, and I don't think that was really a conversation. We know that both guys are able to deliver. So once Dave went in, I don't know, anybody could have been sent him tonight and he would have done well. And Josh has done a nice job. And normally we don't sub a whole lot, So you're asking about subs, and it's sort of funny because normally we don't have to answer these questions because we just don't sub. So it's nice to have somebody like Soren on the bench ready to go in, and we can say that about maybe every position this year, which is, it's unique.
And last question, you host McMaster, one of the top, if not the top, Canadian teams on the college circuit. Can you preview those matches and what you hope to get out of those matches, and what kind of coach Preston is?
Yeah, their coach has been involved in the national team pipeline for a long time. I think Marv has a relationship with him going back to 2000 when they both coached the national team. So he does a great job with his team. I think for the last few years, they've been the best team in Canada. I don't know if they've won it every year, but they've been one of the best. We're just trying to figure out, how we can have the best season going forward. So these matches don't count for our record. We're going to play them hard. We're going to coach them hard, but we got to figure some things out and sort of just keep getting better on our side. I know it sounds cliche, but we'll use these matches coming up to talk about some things that we can keep learning about. We got some guys that haven't had significant minutes in our conference yet, so those are really valuable matches for us to keep learning, keep teaching. And it's gonna be a process that we talk about the entire year. So it's not too many teams are gonna win the national championship in January and February. It's going to be about teaching them and getting them better. And in April, May, that's when we want to be playing good volleyball.
Well, thank you for taking time with us tonight on the Off the Block blog, and good luck again, McMaster, and on your trip to the Midwest.
All right, thank you.